I'm Ernie Johnson, excited to be here once again with Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith for another go-around. Tonight, it's the Memphis Grizzlies as they'll be playing against the Cleveland Cavaliers. And for Cleveland, coming off a loss in the first game of the season, they'll no doubt be anxious to put tonight's contest in the win column and avoid an 0-2 start. And you hear Kyrie Irving's name, and you think of a playmaking point guard. But he is as deadly a shooter, Kenny, as anyone in the league from time to time.
I mean, the guy won a three-point contest, so no surprise there. You know, he's averaged, 2 to 3 three-pointer shots made in the last couple of seasons. Now he's quick to get off his shot off the dribble, which is different from most three-point shooters. That's why some people don't really recognize him as a three-point shooter.
And not only that, Kenny, because he's so fast, you got to respect his drive and give him the space. As soon as you do that, yak him.
Thanks for joining us. Let's go courtside to Kevin Harlan.
That's the sound of the net, Ernie. Yak him.
That's what I hear.
Yak him.
That's what I hear when I shoot.
Hello and thanks for joining us, 2K Sports fans, for another exciting presentation of NBA basketball. This is Kevin Harlan along with Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony with Doris Burke reporting on the sidelines. Grizzlies will look to their home court advantage, just one game here in Memphis. This their first chance this season playing the Cavaliers. They took the loss in this East versus West matchup during the regular season last year, dropping both games.
Yeah, and last year it didn't matter whether it was on the home or on the road. They failed to take a game from either of the two meetings.
Yeah, and they weren't used to seeing a team and not getting at least one win off of them last year, and that's what they're looking for now.
Now a chance, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. The starting five on the floor. On the court for Cleveland, LeBron and Love are the talented pair at the forward position. Amon Shumpert is out there with Kyrie Irving. And it's Mozgov in at the center, filling out the middle.
And Marc Gasol has become one of the league's most proficient post scorers. I mean, how about the footwork on that low block? He is a load down low.
Now, here is Irving. He had a 21-point outing in their last game against Chicago.
And also defensively, guys, he kept them off balance with 4 steals on the night.
Now we go to Doris Burke, who spoke with head coach Dave Yig. Doris?
Team rebounding is something he stressed to his side, and rightfully so when you face a player that gobbles up the glass like Kevin Love. He told me that Love rebounds at an unreal rate, and his side can't take any mental breaks when it comes to boxing out on the defensive end. Love's numbers validate that fear, guys.
Thank you, Doris. And Marc Gasol at 7-1, able to finish over the top with that feathery touch, whether it's the hook shot, Clark, or the turnaround. Tough for a defender to do anything about any of it.
And on occasion, Kevin, he'll throw in the quick spin move and throw it down on top of you. So he's got the full repertoire.
High, arcing shot, no good from Lee.
Just tentative in the paint, lacking a little bit of confidence, allowed the defender to recover and contest that shot. No clue where that pass was going. That is a brutal turnover.
For the Cleveland Cavaliers, they come in off the loss to the Bulls.
And hard to say whether it was the game plan defensively that let them down or just the inability to really bring the fire on that side of the ball.
And, guys, it was a bit befuddling to me as to why they stuck with it. I mean, they dug themselves a hole and couldn't find the tweaks they needed to get out of it.
And he hits it and gets hacked on the play. A three-point possibility if he can convert the free throw.
Yeah, terrific play right there. Great strength to finish through the contact.
That's exactly how it should be done. Get the bump, concentrate on the shot, and you'll get the bucket too.
And last year's midseason trade had to feel good to Iman Shumpert. Toiling away in New York, injured, uninspired. Boy, did he find new life in Cleveland. Of course, playing next to LeBron can do that for him.
And for Shumpert last year, Clark, he added the defense and athleticism on the wing that Cleveland so desperately needed.
Yeah, he sure did, Kevin. And he also became a facilitator of all things. I mean, you wouldn't expect that from him, but he averaged over 3 assists a game, easily the best mark of his career.
Good point. Now here's Shumpert after the Marcus Olness. James, no good. And here we go. Lee heading to the hoop. Good D by James.
The defense ready for him on that possession. They had to be because he is so strong.
On the wing, Irving. From out on the wing, he knocks it down. Irving's got 5 now.
I tell you what, guys, it's going to be a tough day on this defense if he's got the A game rolling tonight.
Conley against Irving. Over in the corner, Lee. After 2 misses to start the game, he's on the board with that shot made. Cavaliers leading. And we're approaching about 3.5 minutes played in the first quarter. Here's Shumpert. Off target with his 3. Grizzlies have gotten 3 of 8 shots to fall for them here in the first quarter. And there's Marc Gasol on the assist by Lee. And this game is tied up now.
Such a strong finisher on the fast break.
And, Greg, I love the fact he's always in control. Even though he's going at breakneck speed, he still maintains his body control.
Now here's Mozgov. He had an 18-point outing in the last game against Chicago. 6 to shoot. From deep LeBron. It's rebounded by Memphis. Lee with the ball. Good-looking screen by Gasol. Outside, Green. Conley with a wide-open look. And Zach Randolph gets the whistle that time. That is his first foul of the game.
And that's an aggressive play to try to get the rebound. Just a little too aggressive.
And unnecessary. That's over the top. That's doing too much, Greg. He wasn't in good position there, and he was never going to get the ball. He just wasted a foul.
Conley against Irving. There's the dish to Love. It's rebounded by Memphis. Randolph's got his 3rd rebound tonight. On the wing, Green jacks up a 3. Mozgov grabs the board.
The clear look at the hoop. He doesn't miss many of those.
James against Randolph. Floats a runner. And he can't bank that one in.
You know, he might want to think about deferring for a while. He's had his chances this quarter, but just not able to convert.
Cleveland's gone 1 of 5 from downtown in the first quarter. Points out there have been hard to come by. The Grizzlies shooting 33% here in the first quarter. Green with a screen for Gasol. Right side, Lee. Outside, Randolph. And stolen by Love. Irving kicks to Shumpert. Cleveland moving it around. And another miss by Cleveland.
No doubt he's struggling right now from the field. Let's see if he can get it going this quarter.
And the wide open shot from Green. And unable there to get the go-ahead bucket. And so here's Cleveland. Irving drives in. Back to James. Left side, Shumpert. Misses, and the dry spell continues. Memphis has gone 0 of 2 from deep here. Cleveland with a very strong year last year. They were a very solid team on the road, as most LeBron-led teams are.
Yeah, he's a special guy in terms of how he can elevate other players. Didn't start out hot on the road, but eventually got it together and ended up 22-19 away from home.
And back to the Cavs and their road play. Teams with a lot of new players coming in can struggle early. It's especially evident when playing on the road.
You talk about being streaky on the road. That's what the Cavs were. I mean, could rattle off 4 wins on the road in a row, then come back empty from their next road trip. They did seem, though, to get stronger and more steady as the season went on.
Allen's checked in for Lee. And then for Cleveland, Thompson, he's checked in for Mozgov. And Smith subbed in for Iman Shumpert. He's off on the second. And guys, Jeff Green, by every measure of athleticism and skill, should have become one of the game's better small forwards, but inconsistency has plagued him throughout his career.
And Kevin, I always go back to something my college coach told me. The mental to the physical is 4-1 in this game. And so through those 7 full seasons, he's teased everyone with that talent. And then it does suddenly disappear. And there's no other way to describe it other than the fact that it is mental. He hasn't been able to sustain it in terms of the consistency, and that's why he hasn't fulfilled his potential.
Memphis trailing here. Now here is Conley. He's been patient so far, nothing yet on the scoreboard. And there's Marc Gasol on the assist by Conley. Conley's got his 3rd assist on the night.
You know, with Jeff Green, the one thing you can say about him is he's been durable, especially since he had the unforeseen heart issue in 2011 for which he needed season-ending surgery. Since then, over the past 3 full seasons, he's played in 81, 82, and 78 games. He is just tearing it up this quarter. That lead's not going anywhere while he's this hot.
Gasol, a screen on Irving. Irving against Conley. Shot clock at 6. Gasol passes to Randolph. Good! Randolph's got it all tied up now for Memphis.
And talking about Jeff Green, I'm rooting for him. I mean, I'm rooting for him to finally put it all together, to gain and maintain the confidence, and really to fulfill the vast potential we all know that he has.
It's LeBron with the drive, and the shot is good.
And back and forth we go. That bucket gives us another lead change.
Too many of those to count. These teams have matched each other shot for shot, play for play. It has been impressive.
Here's Gasol, following the basket by LeBron James. Here's Conley. Thompson with the rebound.
Hey, they got the shot they wanted off of that pick, but it just doesn't fall.
Yeah, it didn't go down, but you'll take that shot every single time, Greg. That's good offense.
Now, here is Smith. His last outing, he had 8 points. James against Gasol. And that one's good. And now a 4-point Cavalier lead.
Scoring-wise, a really sluggish start for him, guys. I mean, just 2 for 7 overall.
Conley dishes to Gasol. Here's Randolph. LeBron with the block. Cavaliers pushing it up now. Lets it go from deep. That's in, coming off the assist from Thompson. 7 points for LeBron.
That's just run-of-the-mill for him. A typical day at the office. He's one of the more skilled offensive players out there.
Timeout called, the Grizzlies. In addition to going over the game plan and making whatever necessary adjustments have to be made, Greg, this timeout also the time for players to get rehydrated or hydrate for the first time with some Gatorade. Plenty of basketball still to be played here, and they have to get recharged.
That's a great point. Without proper hydration, a player can completely run out of gas down the stretch of a game. And that's something that none of these guys can afford to have happen. If you're going to battle all the way to the finish, you have got to be hydrated.
And here is Allen after LeBron James hitting the 3. Gasol kicks to Allen. Back to Gasol. Takes it into the teeth of the knee and converts the layup. Gasol's got 8 points. The Cavaliers leading by 5.
You know, Dave Yeager, the coach for the Grizzlies, has really become a big-name coach quite quickly. You know, he's worked his way up the Memphis coaching ladder and has had a ton of success early on in his career.
Smith the pass to Thompson. Four seconds left. The kick out to Williams. Cleveland moving it around. Another shot. Thompson can't hit. And Memphis the other way now. and the success we've been mentioning with Coach Dave Yeager. He was the second fastest active coach to get to 100 wins.
And Kevin made his way in terms of coaching, started in the D-League and other minor leagues before becoming an assistant with the Grizzlies, and really was the architect, if you will, of the defense that his team is so well known for. He's done a lot for this franchise and looks to be on track to become their winningest coach ever.
Here's Williams following the basket by Marc Gasol. Williams dishes to Verjao. And no good to start the night, missing his first attempt there. .132 left in the first quarter. And Udrih gets it to go. And now just a 1-point Cavalier lead.
He had almost a free run to the hoop that time, Kevin. I mean, that was too easy.
It's Williams with the drive. Lays it in without an inch of room around him.
Really aggressive play there, taking it to the rack against the big fella.
You know, Greg, aggressiveness is really the only option when you're on the wrong side of the size equation.
Here's Udrih. Six to shoot. Pass to right. The 10-footer. Verjao grabs the board.
That's a huge part of what they want to do defensively. Limit his easy chances inside.
Jefferson kicks to Williams. And stolen by Udrih. Now 8 seconds separating the two clocks. Allen outside. There's 18 seconds left to play here in the first. And the dunk by Wright.
The one-hand slam is so sweet when it's his hand doing the slam.
Oh, yeah, he is so smooth, even on a power finish like that.
And really, that's what makes him unique, that combination of power and polish.
The shot is off. And still a close game as the first quarter comes to a close. Cavaliers lead by 1. And we'll get the second quarter underway on the other side of this break. And Cavs head coach David Blatt beginning his NBA career after a long and illustrious career coaching over in Europe. Talked about the difference coaching abroad. And Blatt, one of the most successful American coaches in European basketball history, Clark, and has done a great job in his first season with the Cavaliers in the NBA, but nothing he did overseas certainly can compare to this.
And, you know, that's why, Kevin, people always talk about it in terms of being a marathon and not a sprint. There's nothing that compares to the NBA grind. Nothing is comparable to it.
Well, it's been a tight one so far as we get the second quarter going back here. And taking a look at the Cavaliers' performance here, what do you guys see?
The roof is up right now, guys. It's raining in here. A lot of threes through the first.
Hey, sometimes when it rains, it pours, and they have not let up from beyond the arc.
So on the floor for Cleveland. Filling out the wings, it's Shumpert and LeBron. Down low, it's Love and Mozgov. And it's Irving in at the 1. Shot clock at 6. And lots of contact there. Missing the shot. He'll shoot 2. Kyrie Irving may be the best ball handler in the league. There are a lot of guys with a good handle. He is definitely in the top 5. If not, he's got to be in the conversation.
Arguably the most talented player at his position. I mean, he can get wherever he wants to on the court. He's athletic, an unbelievable finisher as well. I think that's something that oftentimes gets underrated. Maybe the best finisher in the league.
Agreed.
And, you know, Kyrie Irving, really ambidextrous as a ball handler because you can't play him to one side, and he's ambidextrous as a finisher, too. He's so creative and crafty. Terrific at the rim with both hands.
The Grizzlies making a switch here. Green's checked in. Both free throws good from Kyrie Irving.
As aggressive as he is on the bounce.
Some defensive breakdowns are starting to show up now. Their last 4 buckets allowed have come from very close range.
Yeah, high percentage shots are what they are getting in terms of the attempts, and that's just not going to get it done. They have got to figure it out.
Memphis trailing here. Outside Conley. And there's the feed to Carter. And the rejection by James. Stolen by Randolph. He kicks to Lee. Conley with the three. And James pulls it down. LeBron's got rebound number 5 here tonight. To the paint, here's Mozgov. Yes, and it's LeBron picking up the assist. Mozgov's got his first basket.
And really, he's just done a great job of finding the open man every trip down.
Boy, it sure has seemed as though he's done it every time. It's been an awesome display of passing for him today.
Here's James. He's got 9. Outside jumper. Another 3 for Cleveland.
A wide open 3. They need much better communication defensively.
The Grizzlies trail by 4. And a little under 2.5 minutes gone by here in the second quarter. Randolph cannot hit. Excellent D there from Mozgov. Cleveland's gotten fewer than half of their three-pointers to go down tonight. They're 4 for 9.
He always knows where his teammate's going to be, and Kevin, that will let him put the ball where he wants it, right waiting for him.
For Memphis, they've gone 50% from the floor in the second quarter, 3 of 6. Courtney Lee is on the wing. And there's the call on James. That's foul number 2 for him.
Yeah, clearly he hadn't established position there.
Yeah, and I like this call because you want the refs in that situation. If there's any doubt, err on the side of giving the benefit of the doubt to the offensive player. That should have been a block, and it was.
And stolen by LeBron.
And thought that pass was going to get through, but no. All of a sudden, he was going the other way with the basketball.
About 3 minutes played so far in the second quarter. Green passes to Randall. No basket with that shot. Having trouble finding his range. He's 1 for 5. Irving dishes to Shumpert. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here.
And Iman Shumpert, more athlete than player when he entered the league. 42-inch max vertical, shoulders carved like Michelangelo. But he had a long way to go in terms of his skill set. And you can see that evolution right before your eyes.
And that one falls for Shumpert. And talking about Iman Shumpert, he seemed to learn from working with LeBron and Kyrie last year.
Yes, Shumpert was brought over for his defense, clearly, but as a bonus, his offense improved and got better. Now let's see if he can build on that going forward. You know, they've changed their game here in the second, getting a little bit more physical, playing with some toughness now.
And I'm looking for them to increase that lead if they can keep getting to the free throw line.
Now that's finishing your work right there.
Powerful two-hand jam. You're right.
And I tell you what, if he's got a few more of those, this lead will start shrinking even further.
Now here's James. 11 points in the game. How much more is there to say about LeBron James, Clark? Incredible consistency, unbelievable athleticism. He just is a marvel in every way the longer he plays.
Kevin, when you look at his career averages, I mean, just off the charts, and he has the same unbelievable year every year. The consistency, phenomenal.
That free throw missing.
And talking about LeBron's consistency, it's not just a physical effort. It's also a mental one. I mean, you know you're targeted by the defense all game. That'll wear down even the best players. How is it that LeBron's armor just never seems to be penetrated?
And Cleveland making a change here. Dellavedova's checked in. So neither attempt will fall that time for him.
You know, on the topic of LeBron, one of the few areas where he could improve consistency in is from the three-point line. 3 years ago, he hit over 40% from downtown. 2 years ago, 38. And last year, down to 35. It takes a lot of skill and agility to lay it in with the defense right on you. That's a terrific finish.
Deflects the pass, and it goes out of bounds. That one off Randolph. Well, when you think of the great playmakers in league history, John Stockton per game averaged double-digit dimes. Think of this. For his career, 15,806 career assists. A record you knew right off would stand for a very long time.
And guys, you know, you look up point guard in the dictionary, and there's a nice little picture of John Stockton there. I mean, he is an unreal distributor. Controlled the game like no one ever has before or since. It's no coincidence that Utah never missed the playoffs in any of the 19 seasons that John Stockton was at the helm.
And it's Carter penetrating. Green kicks to Carter. No good. That would have tied it.
All the time in the world to get that one off.
Cleveland moving it around. Kept alive. Passes it to Dellavedova. Shumpert in the corner. Dishes it to Love. Second chance shot, and he sinks the layup. And the Cavaliers lead by 5.
The number of points they've scored in the paint already today is pretty eye-opening.
It really is, Clark. The defenders need to do a better job of closing those lanes to the hoop. Really crisp, intelligent passing to make that basket possible.
Here's Dellavedova. Still getting warmed up offensively. No buckets yet in the game for him. Oskov against Randolph. Shot clock at 6. Shumpert passes to Dellavedova. Releases. And the shot falls short this time.
Not able to find it here in the second. He's off stride and off track just a bit after that one he had earlier.
Shumpert against Lee. Green the screen. Conley dishes to Carter. Here's Green. Excellent D there from Mozgov. Cleveland leading by 3. On the wing, Shumpert. And Lee pulls it down.
He just has not been able to get into that groove yet, guys. But as a whole, it hasn't affected them too much.
And he gets it back. Dellavedova kicks to Love. Too long in the paint, and he's hit with a 3-second violation. And taking a quick look here at the hustle stats for the Cavaliers.
Great hustle defensively through the first half, contesting everything and racking up the block shots.
Something else they've done right so far from the get-go tonight is run. I mean, so much of their offense has come off the fast break.
That free throw good from Love.
You know, the Cavs had a slow start to last season compared to how everybody thought they would play. Still, it was the best start for Kevin Love in his career and would end up being the most winning team he's played on. Says something about how long he's waited for success.
Catching up on the changes for Memphis. Marcus All's checked in for Green. And Matt Barnes is subbed in for Vince Carter. Anderson Varejão's checked in for Kevin Love. Grizzlies on defense, trailing by 4. With his first shot attempt, and a big bounce off the rim, but it sinks right in. And Love, who would also go on to make his first postseason appearance, played in the first round last year. It was a complete 180 for him in what he was used to at Minnesota.
And even though there were ups and downs for Love last season, you know that he must have enjoyed winning for a change. And being in the league so long without making the playoffs, he finally got a chance to play in the postseason. Hard to get that one off with the size difference there. That makes it a tough individual matchup for him, especially down low.
Well, took on the big guys going in there and challenging them like he did. But, boy, that was a nice job.
Lee with the steal. Conley into the lane. The pass to Randall. Nice move. And Thompson sends it back.
A slight advantage for them in the rebound department, but that oftentimes is all it takes.
Especially, Greg, when you're scoring the ball at a decent clip the way they have. I mean, they've done exactly what's necessary to take the lead.
Now Conley following the miss by J.R. Smith from deep. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot.
And Marc Gasol, surprisingly nimble for a 7-footer. He really moves his feet well at both ends of the floor.
And when you look at Marc Gasol now versus when he came into the league, remarkable how that body of his, Clark, has transformed.
Kevin, he changed his diet and he dropped a bunch of weight. Believe it or not, he even grows vegetables at his house. He's really gone all in on the transformation of his body.
Clark, good information.
Yes, sir. That's what we do. That's what we do here.
Woo.
Info and entertainment.
Oh. Catching up on the changes for Memphis. Brandon Wright's checked in for Randolph. Allen comes in for Lee. And it's Udrih in for Mike Conley. And a switch here also for Cleveland. Jefferson's checked in for Matthew Dellavedova. And so Marc Gasol nails both of them. Last season, Memphis fell late and would end up with the 5th seed in the NBA playoffs. Only one of 2 teams to make the playoffs each of the last 5 seasons, along with the San Antonio Spurs.
And they were a team that nobody wanted to play. Memphis drew Portland in that first round, and even though they were the 5th seed, they had home court advantage.
You know, guys, Memphis waltzed through the first round against Portland. The second round, a lot tougher against Golden State. They went up 2-1 in that series, but couldn't hold on to that lead.
And, guys, Memphis would lose 2 of their 3 games at home against Golden State. So things got tough with the Conley injury and missing Tony Allen as well. But they did put up a good fight, ultimately, though, falling in 6 games to the Warriors. And last season was one where Tristan Thompson transitioned from a starter to a bench role, didn't let the move bother him, and still put up solid numbers off the bench.
It's Gasol missing. The Cavaliers leading by 5. Kicks to Smith. Down low, Thompson. It's rebounded by Gasol.
That's what we call good defense in the paint, worth its weight in gold.
It absolutely is, and maybe even more than that. I mean, you saw it right there. Without his presence, that's an easy basket.
Udrih up top, covered by Smith. And fouled hard that time. He'll get to the line and shoot 2. It's on Mo Williams. Well, for Thompson, he was great off the bench. You're right, Greg, for the Cavs last year. Even earned some Clark's 6th Man of the Year consideration votes.
And deserved it because of how he played and his impact. He actually had his best year in terms of shooting efficiency. Shot a career-high 55% from the floor.
And he makes the first. One bit of news for the Grizzlies last year is that they acquired a single affiliation deal with a D-League team, which you think is going to help them.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, that team is the Iowa Energy. They're a sole partner now with the Iowa Energy. Good move by the team in what is becoming a growing trend in the NBA.
He hits both from the stripe.
And for Memphis and the D-League, they made the most of it. Sent 3 players for a total of 14 assignments with the Energy, and that's how you make the most of an affiliate.
Udrih, the pass to Allen. Udrih dishes to Gasol. It's good. This time the assist from Udrih. 16 points for Marc Gasol.
And good passing, setting up a lot of these buckets right now, Kevin. That's been the key.
Time-dropping delights is what I call it.
That is a nice pass. I will give you that.
Yep, he's on the money, that's no doubt. Now here's Jefferson, and so he draws the foul on the shot. A trip to the line to shoot 2. It's going to be on Udrih.
You know, considering the Grizzlies and their D-League partnership, it really makes sense for the franchise. Memphis has always been a place where they grow their own talent. A lot of good players have come out of Memphis. Not a lot of big names signed in free agency by the Grizzlies.
And the second free throw, good. Memphis is 3 from beyond the arc to start. The Cavaliers have gone 7 of 13 from the field since the start of the second. Williams kicks to Smith. Offline with his 3. And here are the Grizzlies. They've gone on a 10-2 run, not allowing much. Allen's shot is off. Cleveland's gone 1 of 3 from way outside since the start of the second quarter. Here's Jefferson, and he drops in the layup off the glass. And the Cavaliers lead by 2.
Wow, beautiful feed from Mo Williams.
Guys, we have seen them with a lot of good ball movement.
Well, you like the smooth operating they're showing you here. I mean, things are clicking, and more importantly, it makes them tough to defend.
What you know about Sade? Smooth operator. But I agree with you. I think we're all seeing that right now.
Yes, indeed.
Here is Williams, following the score by Memphis. Thompson passes to Williams, and stolen by Barnes. Here's Allen. Tries again, and Udrih gets it to go. Udrih has got 8.
Defensively, I think they've got to do a better job of bodying them up.
Clearly, they've been outclassed in the paint, really at both ends of the floor.
Timeout called the Cavaliers.
And Beno Udrih, a 6'3 lefty combo guard out of Yugoslavia. He can run the pick and roll and has really improved from mid-range. Can square up and bury it at a moment's notice.
Irving's checked in for the Cavaliers. Here's Irving. He's got 12. .133 left in the first half of basketball. Pick by Varejao. Up off the screen. And the layup good by Jefferson. And Udrih lacks the quickness, Clark, to stay with most point guards defensively.
Yeah, just by a step or two, and that's why he's better defending 2 guards. He does a much better job when he's matched up with 2s versus point guards.
Something that's kept this game close is the fact that the rebound stats for both teams are almost identical.
The battle to a standstill on the boards has really been something to watch, and the game's not over yet. We'll see if one of these teams maintains more energy than the other going down the stretch.
Now, here's Thompson, following the miss by Kyrie Irving. Jefferson kicks to Varejao. Just 5 to shoot. That's in, and he found his range with that one. Now 1 for 2.
Really, the defense is helpless to stop a layup right there. Just too much of an advantage in terms of the mismatch.
Gasol, a screen on Irving. Udrih dishes to Gasol.
You know, he didn't get to the line in that entire first quarter. But right now, he's showing some aggressiveness out there.
The Grizzlies have hit most of their free throws tonight, 5 of 6.
2 shots.
And that one falls for Marc Gasol. Gasol hits them both.
Boy, I tell you what, he does not look like your typical big man up there at the line. He has an excellent stroke and a percentage to match.
Outside Irving. That's good. Basket number 5 on a 5 for 8 night shooting.
No doubt about the consistency when it comes to scoring the basketball for him tonight. A real nice lift for their offense.
And Udrih kicks to Gasol. From 11 feet away. That's good on the jump shot. Gasol's got the game tied up here for the Grizzlies.
And he's really made the most of his opportunities today. I mean, he needs to keep working for those kinds of looks.
So the clock runs out with the score tied going into halftime. And a chance now to send you over to Doris Burke, standing by on the sideline. Doris?
Kevin, with LeBron and another dominant first half, how do you measure the balance between riding your hot hand and making sure the other guys around you are finding their rhythm?
We just got to be aggressive. All of us, including myself, got to continue to be aggressive in the second half.
LeBron, thank you. Kevin, they can't stand around and just watch him.
Thank you, Doris. And we'll be right back after halftime for the start of quarter number 3.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello again, everybody. Ernie Johnson here, joined by Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. We welcome you to the halftime show on 2K Sports. It was Marc Gasol setting the pace in the first quarter. He had 20 points, 2 rebounds, and 1 assist. Kenny, what'd you think about the Grizzlies?
Well, their playmakers were in top form tonight. They showed great court vision and great ball movement. That's why they had so many assists. It's much easier to defend guys who don't want to pass the basketball.
Shaq, how do you think Cleveland played?
Their transition game was really strong. It really fueled them, gave them a big injection of energy into their offense. If they can maintain that fast style in the second half, they got a great chance to take control of this game.
Just about time for the third quarter to get underway, and we'll see you again at the Horn.
And it's been a back-and-forth game so far with no ground given through the first half. Third quarter starting here now. It's been a clinic out there by Marc Gasol.
And his play in that first half, how about the discipline to go along with the efficiency, guys? His shot selection was just perfect.
I agree. I mean, whether it's been from mid-range or in tight, he is taking only what the defense is giving him and not trying to do too much. Very much playing within himself.
The Grizzlies shooting at 44%, pretty reasonable. A lot of defense with Conley and Lee in the backcourt. Green is the 3 with Zebo at the 4. And it's Gasol at the 5. That's the 5 to begin the second half for Dave Yeager. Now here's Green looking for Gasol. He gets it there. And a foul on the shot. He'll go to the stripe for 2.
And really the defense fouling there to prevent the layup, but that's exactly what you need to do.
It is. I mean, no reason to back off and give him the layup. I mean, much better off making him go to the line.
Now, one spot the Cavs did struggle with last year was help off the bench. They were last in the league in bench scoring.
That free throw good from Gasol. Cavs not scoring with a lot of their bench. A big part of that is they just didn't go to their bench very often.
Well, you talk about the Cavs and the bench near the bottom in total bench minutes played. The bench didn't have a lot of firepower, didn't shoot the ball well, and considering they got limited minutes, oftentimes struggled to find any kind of rhythm out there.
He's having a great game at the free throw line, Kevin. His hot streak continues.
Irving kicks to James. Baseline J on the way. Takes a big height bounce and goes in. James has got 13. Memphis with the ball. Up next for them is the Pacers in Indianapolis. That'll be just one game played away from home for them. Fade away. Cavaliers with the rebound. James has got 8 rebounds in this game.
Well, if this game comes down to the rebounding battle, they'll be the ones coming out on top.
They've had a strong game on that front, Clark, no doubt about it.
Now, here is Irving. Out left to the wing. Shumpert gets a wide open look. And Cleveland again with the bucket.
And the D is having problems stopping the mid-range jumper. They're not really closing out on them as much as they should be.
6 of their last 10 points have come by way of the 2-point.
Mozgov against Gasol. 14 feet away. The Cavaliers pull it in.
The defense better not make a habit of giving him that shot. I mean, he doesn't miss many of them.
LeBron against Conley. LeBron outside. Goes to the reverse layup and claps it in. And it's a 4-point Cavalier lead.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
Well, listless and lifeless at the defensive end. I mean, especially inside. They've really got to pick up that interior defense.
And Green gets it to go.
The D just sagged off just enough and no hesitation on his part.
Irving passes to Mozgov.
Solid on the one-hand throw down there.
You know, Clark, when it's a tight ball game like this, he's the guy they want with the ball.
Yep.
Yeah, and one reason why, I just don't know that I've ever seen him miss a play like that.
Conley kicks to Lee. Pass to Green. Pick by Randolph. Back to Lee. Off the pick. He takes it up and lays it in.
Well, they certainly didn't have much of a problem getting the ball into the post that time.
Yeah, and that's important because this game may ultimately come down to which team controls the paint in crunch time.
Now here's LeBron. 15 points in the game. Nobody near Irving. Off the mark there with the 3-point shot.
but only the first miss of the second half. They've come out here with authority.
To the middle. Good, and the assist goes to James. James has got his 7th assist of the game with that last one.
He's got some serious momentum going right now. He's been great all day. Even last game, he was on fire.
Randolph. Mozgov grabs the board. Mozgov's got 3 rebounds now in this one. The rebound by Jeff Green.
You rarely see him missing dunks, but the defender was right in his face on that one, and it threw him off just enough.
He dishes it to Randolph. Pulls up on the wing. And Shumpert pulls it down. The Cavaliers leading by 3. Irving attacking out to Shumpert. And there's a whistle. That's going to go on Timothy Mozgov. That's foul number 2 for him. Mo Williams is checked in for the Cavaliers.
Second team foul. Into the lineup for the Cavaliers. Mo Williams.
For Memphis, they've gone 2 of 6 from the field here in the third. Shumpert against Lee. Love grabs the board. Love's got his 7th rebound here tonight.
And guys, Courtney Lee now having completed 7 full seasons, very much the same guy now as he was entering the league. A 3-and-D prototype who will most likely never be a plus playmaker.
And so it's Memphis with it, following the score by Cleveland. Green dishes to Conley. Lee passes to Randall. Williams with the steal. And here is Mozgov. Some nice passing by Cleveland here. Williams' shot is off.
Awesome defense. I mean, he'll hit those unless you're right in his grill.
Mozgov with the block. And so it looks like the Grizzlies will retain possession here. Carter, he's checked in for Memphis. On a switch here also for Cleveland. Matthew Dellavedova has checked in for Shumpert. So it's the Grizzlies now, trailing by 5. And stolen by Love. James wide open. Grizzlies with the rebound.
The shot's there for him, and he's got to take it. I don't care if he doesn't convert. That's a shot he has to continue to take.
Randolph goes up and lays it nice and easy. Randolph's got 10.
Nice touch there near the hoop.
The Cavaliers leading by 3. Outside Williams. On the wing, James. And there's the slam dunk to finish it off.
How about the hands on display there around the basket? I mean, he does not let those opportunities slip away, and that allows the lead to grow.
Conley kicks to Carter. Outside Randolph. Inside. Green, no luck.
I'm a fan of anybody who defends that way. I mean, they weren't about to open the door and just allow him to cruise in for a layup.
Now here's Williams. Can't get it to go. Defense from Randolph. At the elbow, Lee. And that one falls, coming off Conley's feet. Conley's got assist number 5 here tonight. Cavaliers have gone 7 of 13 in the third quarter so far, just above 50%. LeBron kicks to Dellavedova. Mozgov down low, working on Randolph. Mozgov with the bucket. The Grizzlies trail by 5. Now Conley. Quiet so far offensively, searching for his first points of the game. That's good.
Right there, Randolph doing a good job opening up space for the shooter with the solid screen.
Now here's LeBron, and he banks in the layup. And the Cavaliers lead by 5.
You know, he operates so well close to the bucket. There's nothing he likes more than seeing an opening inside.
Conley kicks to Randolph. And the rejection by Love. No good from Lee. Cleveland leading by 5. James, the pass to Dellavedova. James dishes to Love. Great D that time from Green.
Not pretty. You just got to shake off a miss like that.
Jeff Green on the wing. He sticks that one in from 20 feet away. Green's got 5 points now in the quarter.
And the Grizzlies, guys, a powerful post-play team. Mike Conley, though, is still the straw that stirs the drink. I mean, he may be the most underrated point guard in our league. His quickness and ability to penetrate the lane brings a great balance to their offense.
Looking at who's out there now for the Grizzlies. White, he's checked in for Green. Allen comes in for Courtney Lee. And it's Udrich in for Mike Conley. Tristan Thompson, he's checked in for Cleveland. Smith comes in for Kevin Love. Here's Dellavedova. Thompson, a screen on Allen. Here's James. And 2 free throws coming up as he misses that one. Drawing the whistle and a lot of contact there. It's going to be on Zach Randolph. And Conley at 6'1", about 175. Pretty slight frame, but Clark, he doesn't get pushed around.
Well, he embraces the team's tough defensive style. He gets into you, racks up steals, and he's really a committed defender.
And guys, what do you think about the hustle stats here for the Cavaliers?
We've seen them make the extra effort from a defensive standpoint, closing out airspace and sending shots back.
And guys, I think you've got to give them credit for the number of steals they've taken away. I mean, a lot of effort on the defense from them tonight.
He hits the second from the line.
Well, I tell you, the Grizzlies guys were really dominant in the first half of the season last year, but after the All-Star break, barely played above 500.
Now here is Carter inside. Count that one, and the Cleveland lead has been cut down to 2 on the bucket from Zach Randolph.
Heads up play there, guys, on the assist and the finish.
Outside Williams. Smith for 3. The shot is off. Good work defensively by Carter. And Memphis would end up going 16-13 over the back half of last season. Down the stretch, they would only go 5 up and 5 down in the final 10.
Yeah, and Kevin, all those games so important as they jockeyed for position in the West. It was so fluid and volatile down the stretch. They could have been anywhere from a 2nd seed to a 6th on any given day, and they just happened to slump at the wrong time.
Now here is Carter. And Randolph now top of the key. Just 5 on the clock. Wright sets a screen for Carter. No good from the wing.
That's one he knows he should have drained.
Feeds it to LeBron. And it's good. Assisting on the play was Dellavedova. 22 points for LeBron.
As hot as he's been this quarter, the game plan is simple, folks. Get him the ball and get out of the way.
Here's the screen to the right side. Good on that shot, and with that, the Cavalier lead is cut back down to 2 at those points from Udrich.
Nice job getting inside for the layup. Got the D thinking, jump shot, gave a little pump fake, and then off to the races.
And it's all evened up. Udrich has got 12.
That almost feels like 2 buckets coming off the steal like it did.
And especially the fact that it now ties the game. The lead was about to be stretched out, and instead, it's back even.
Here's Carter for the lead, and 2 free throws coming up as he misses that one. Drawing the whistle and a lot of contact there. That's on LeBron James.
No, I tell you what, he earned his money on that foul.
Yeah, if you're going to foul, then make sure that you don't give a chance for the and one.
Shooting for Memphis.
Well, you have to respect the way Vince Carter has just aged gracefully. A superstar in his day, Clark. You knew his game so well. Even in his late 30s, he's still getting it done.
Got a lot that he brings to the table still, Kevin. I mean, not just to score. He can pass, defend, rebound, and not to mention his veteran leadership and savvy.
Barnes, he's checked in for Zach Randolph. Cleveland also making some changes. Anderson Varejau's checked in for James. Jefferson comes in for Matthew Dellavedova. And Irving subbed in for Mo Williams.
And also, guys, Vince Carter is tireless in what he calls his old man workouts. I mean, keeping his body healthy and up to the challenge of the long NBA season. Not to mention holding on to some of that bounce from his younger days. Every now and then, he'll give us a little taste of Vinsanity.
Now here's Jefferson. He has 5. And Thompson kicks to Jefferson. The second chance effort. Irving for 3. Looks good, is good. That's his 7th basket in 12 tries. And not even 3/4 out of the way. So many lead changes.
One heck of a game. I mean, guys, this has been outstanding in terms of the effort that both sides have been able to put on.
I'm looking over there at Greg. He's enjoying every second of it,
Yes,
Clark.
he is.
Yeah.
Listen, the fans, guys, are getting their money's worth. Heck, I should have paid to watch this one. It's been a nail biter.
And Wright gets it to go on the assist by Allen. Allen's got 3 assists now in this one.
And VC in the second year of a 3-year deal, you know, he struggled to make shots last season. We'll see if this proves to be a bounce-back season for him.
Now here's Thompson. Here's Jefferson. Terrific assist. A nice finish. Solid play all around.
I love the ball movement there. He put that on a silver platter. Just served him up.
Wright with a screen on Irving. Here's Udrich. The Cavaliers pull it in. Varejão's got his 3rd rebound tonight. Releases from 15. And it's Wright sending it back. Takes the 3. And again, it's Memphis with the 3.
Udrich with the excellent feed that time.
The Cavaliers trailing.
They have a 2-for-1 situation if they go quick.
Yeah, I don't think they have to rush, though, Greg. Just need to find a good shot this time.
And so he draws the foul on the shot. A trip to the line to shoot 2.
At the line for the Grizzlies, Anderson Varejão. Taking 2 shots.
And he knocks down the first one. Some changes for Memphis. Gasol comes in for Vince Carter. And it's Mike Conley in for Udrich. Iman Shumpert is checked in for Cleveland. And so he makes both from the line. Memphis has gone 2 of 2 from long range in the 3rd quarter so far. Wright with a screen on Irving. The dish to Gasol. That's in there. Conley with the assist. Conley's got his 7th assist of the game with that last one. Irving with it. 19 points in the game. Picked by Varejão. And the officials signal the backcourt violation. Not very careful there.
And you can tolerate gaffes like that sometimes, but in a close game, man, I tell you what, that really hurts.
It's still anybody's game as we've reached the end of 3. Memphis out in front. They're up by 2. Don't go anywhere. The final quarter is coming up next on 2K Sports. Welcome back as we get rolling once more. The 4th quarter right ahead in what's been a very well-contested game. The Cavaliers shooting 49% on the game. They'll take that. On the court for Cleveland, Kevin Love out there with Jefferson. Then there's Iman Shumpert. Then there's Irving. And it's Thompson.
Whoa. And that's a punch to the jaw. This game as tight as it can be, and he pulls something off that we might not even see in the All-Star game, Kevin.
But, Clark, I don't know that he planned it out too far in advance. That was one of those things that just happened.
I think it was premeditated.
I really don't. I think that he's one of those guys that just plays off of instinct, and they don't mind him making those kinds of plays, even in a close game.
And that was Kia bringing you the close-up on the big-time play. Lee passes to Conley. Memphis moving it around. Barnes dishes to Gasol. A terrific shot on the turnaround. Gasol's got 26.
Wow, the fans are really getting their money's worth tonight. What an entertaining ball game.
Up to this point, Greg, it's been almost impossible to separate these teams. I think this one's going to be close all the way.
Shumpert. Here's Thompson, and he battles for the ball and gets the second chance bucket.
And really, at this stage of the game, to get those kinds of offensive rebounds from putbacks, you almost feel like it's a 4-point swing.
Moment here now for an injury report. Now for an update on J.R. Smith's injury, let's go to Doris Burke.
Thanks, Kevin. I just talked with the Cavaliers' head athletic trainer. It doesn't seem like too drastic of an injury. That's a bitter pill for them to swallow at such an early stage of the season. It really changes the look of this entire team, guys.
All right, Doris, and hopefully everything works out for him.
You know, pro trainers have so much available to them at their disposal. If it's nothing serious, he'll be back.
Rejected by Gasol. Jefferson kicks to Thompson. The shot misses. Good D by Gasol. Grizzlies have gone 2 of 4 from the field since we started the final quarter of play. Conley against Irving. Conley into the lane. And he uses the glass on the layup. And the Grizzlies lead by 4.
And thus far, they've managed to overcome an off game from him offensively.
Clark, they've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a little bit of cottonmouth here. Dry spell for sure.
Irving for 3. And he gets it to go. Irving's got 22.
He's putting on a commanding performance here. He's hit 2 3-pointers in each half now.
Cavs were poised to make a huge run last year in the playoffs. Swept the Celtics in the first round, but it cost them.
Yeah, even though they did get that sweep, they lose Kevin Love for the rest of the way. And that put a big hurdle in their quest for the title.
And let's get this update now from Doris Burke, who's across the way on the sideline.
Thanks, guys. I was able to hear Dave Yeager coaching his team during that break. He tried to really fire them up to bring it home, saying, all night, you have all night to rest after the final buzzer. For now, we have to lay it on the line and try to bring it home. Guys, back to you.
No denying it, injuries were a big part of the storyline in the Cavs postseason. Fortunately, LeBron James was otherworldly after the first round. Took care of the Bulls, then went on to sweep the Hawks to get back to the finals.
Down low, here's Gasol. That's in there. Conley with the assist. Conley's got assist number 9 now. Wow, what an effort here tonight. The Cavaliers have gone 4 of 8 in this fourth quarter, shooting at even 50% from the field. And guys, here in the fourth quarter, still a close game.
Yeah, and actually still too close to call. I mean, this one is tight.
Instant classic, fellas. This one could come right down to the last shot.
Memphis trailing here. And we're about 3.5 minutes into the fourth quarter. And so he earns a trip to the line. Officials saw the contact, and he'll shoot 2.
And for the Cavs last season, their toughest test would be in the finals against the Warriors. Like every other team, they just couldn't handle the Warriors for a full series. A great run to the finals, and surely they'll want to return there this season.
First free throw is good.
You know, the Cavs last season won a bunch of games, but they had to fight for a lot of them. They often would fall behind early or dig a big hole and have to fight their way out of it.
So he hits 1 of 2 from the stripe. You mentioned, GA, the Cavs and their comebacks. They actually overcame double-digit deficits for 13 of their 53 wins last year.
Yeah, and Kevin, I remember their biggest one being a comeback after being down 17 points. I mean, but when you have the star power that the Cavs have, no comeback is out of the question. You're just never safe against this team.
The drive by Shumpert. Irving against Conley. Irving passes to Love. Knocks it loose. The feed now to Shumpert. LeBron against Lee. Out to Shumpert. Takes a 3. Yes, and it's LeBron picking up the assist. James has got assist number 10 tonight with that last one. The Grizzlies trail by 3. Conley dishes to Gasol. Courtney Lee is on the wing. Memphis moving that ball around. And another miss by Memphis.
Yeah, but the defense was determined not to give him an inch of free space.
Shoots from 8. Second shot opportunity, and Gasol sends it back. Lee kicks to Green. Good.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
Well, I agree with you. 4 of their last 5 baskets have been exactly of that variety. Looking at the game for Green, he has 14 points and also a block shot.
And Jeff Green, no good on that one. Well, Memphis loves the grit and grind mentality of this Grizzlies team. We all know that. They are at their most fearsome, I think, right here in the Grindhouse.
No doubt about it. Some names just stick. And everyone here knows when you say Grindhouse, you're talking about the FedEx Forum. Memphis so strong in this building. Moscow, guys, was specifically sought after by his coach, Dave Blatt. Remember, Moscow was a favorite of his from when Blatt coached the Russian national team.
And the Cavaliers call time here. Mozgov and Blatt with a close connection from their international play. Mozgov was a big part of taking home a bronze medal. Remember, Clark, back in 2012 with Blatt?
Yeah, exactly. In Russia, and now again with the Cavs, Mozgov is showing that Blatt has great confidence and trust in his ability, and that's wonderful for a player.
Well, we know that Mozgov started last season with the Nuggets and then was traded to Cleveland midway through the season.
And what an impact he made on the Cleveland Cavaliers, particularly at the defensive end. His size and his activity really helped the Cavs become outstanding at the defensive end.
And credit to the Cavs for going out and getting Mozgov. I mean, they paid a hefty price giving up the 2 first-rounders. But thus far, he's proved to be worth it.
And he sinks the second.
And the Mozgov trade, guys, for the Cavs, I think can be viewed as their big turning point in the season. He completely changed the defense of their team. He was that missing piece of the puzzle.
And stolen by James. All going up court.
Talk about putting something extra on it. That dunk was way over the top.
Close game or not, Clark, you know, he's going to finish firm when he gets the space.
I'm startled that he would even try something like that at this stage of the game.
Conley, the pass to Randall. Can't get it to go. Excellent D there from Mozgov. Here's Irving. Great pass to set up the lay-in. Irving's got 10 points here in the second half.
Wow, the floor just really opened up for him on that possession.
Yeah, I mean, I'm all for good offense, but that was just a terrible reaction from the defense.
Gasol dishes to Lee. The Cavaliers pull it in. Shumpert's got 3 rebounds now in this one.
It just hasn't been a very good day for him, guys. They need him to start burying some of those.
The drive by James. Plays it up and banks it in. And now an 8-point Cavalier lead.
You know, of the last 6 baskets, 5 have come on the interior. This is major smash-mouth basketball, guys.
And all about imposing your will offensively, getting exactly the kind of looks their coach drew on.
They have got to put a body on it, because otherwise, with his agility and athleticism, they're not going to be able to contain him on the offensive glass.
To the inside. Here's Mozgov. Rejected by Gasol. The Grizzlies trail by 6. And it's Lee penetrating. And the rejection by LeBron.
He's been anything but his usual self this quarter. It's actually been ugly to see.
And another 3 for Cleveland.
Man, this fourth quarter has been tremendous. They have been exceptional from deep.
Yeah, a bunch of their points coming from long range here. A major barrage.
Love against Randolph. Finds the bottom of the bucket from 13 feet out. Randolph's got 6 points in the quarter. The Cavaliers leading by 7. Now, here is Irving. Irving double team. 6 to shoot. James dishes to Mozgov. Here's Love. And he didn't get quite enough under that one.
And it's just one of those days, guys. He has just struggled to shoot the basketball.
Green kicks to Randall. Love grabs the board. Cleveland's gone 3 of 4 from downtown here in the fourth. Here's Shumpert, and he takes the fantastic lead pass up strong for the slam.
Boy, he threw out some punishment with that two-hand throwdown.
And Clark, now's the time to do it. Continue to attack that rim.
Outside, Green. Good-looking screen by Gasol. Off the pick. And James pulls it down. James has got 9 rebounds in the game. Getting it done. And he feeds it to Mozgov. Back to James. Pass to Irving. LeBron against Randolph. Lee with the steal. And it's Conley penetrating. Here's Green, and fouled hard that time. He'll get to the line and shoot 2.
I mean, even from over here, you can see that one pretty clearly.
No question about it, Greg. I mean, a ton of contact and a good call by the officials.
At the line for your Grizzlies, Jeff Green. 2 shots.
That's good from Green.
And guys, the first year for David Blatt, he was second-guessed at every turn. And that happens when you are picked to make the finals, but also when you coach LeBron James.
Allen's checked in for Memphis. And Jeff Green drops them both. And for Blatt, Greg, everyone did wonder if he would be the right fit early. As the season wore on and the Cavs got tougher, those questions, Clark, went away.
Yeah, and I think most people forget that he's an iconic coaching legend overseas.
Good point, yeah.
So coaching is coaching. Sure, it's not the NBA, but this guy brought a pedigree and resume that was quite substantial.
And again, Memphis no good. The Cavaliers leading by 7. Here's Shumpert. Yes, it's James picking up the assist. 25 points for Amon Shumpert.
And they clearly are just destroying this group right now from the three-point line.
Yeah, and the defense knows it. I mean, they are fully stretched out trying to stop the three-point shot and still haven't been able to do it.
Now a timeout called by Memphis. Look at LeBron James. He's really been playing well.
He's really taking it to him inside. They got to find a way to slow him down.
Memphis has gotten off to an 0 for 2 start from downtown here in the fourth quarter. Conley kicks to Randall. Shot is no good. And Cleveland the other way now.
Yeah, it's been about the rebounding. Really, that's the dividing line in this game.
Yep, and they've simply shown more aggressiveness, guys. More desire to secure the ball.
It's been about tempo and pace with this group, and it's led to a huge advantage in fast break points.
Greg, it's really the main reason they're in front. All that early offense. I mean, when they've had the chance to push it, they've pushed it.
And it's good. Walk through contact, hits the shot. He'll go to the free throw line.
Really hard to find fault with anything he's doing this quarter, at least at the offensive end. We've seen Randolph playing a good game here. 14 rebounds and a couple of nice steals, too. You know, as tremendous as his stats are, what I've liked most is just the effort he's put into this game.
And Clark, he's worked his tail off at the offensive end, and his D, it has been on point.
The Cavaliers leading by 9. Irving passes to James. He kicks to Love. Grizzlies with the rebound.
And he's really having all sorts of problems with his jumper right now.
Yeah, big time. I mean, the words that come to mind, ice and cold and disappearing stroke, all would apply.
No doubt about it. He has done a ton to help his team, but he's going to have to do even more if they want to have a chance to get back in this one.
And they immediately answer back with the dunk at the other end. That gives him the double-double, 11 points and 10 rebounds. Now a timeout called by Memphis. They're losing by 9. 1:25 left in the fourth. Allen gets to Conley. Passes it to Gasol. Back to Conley. Memphis moving that ball around. The jump hook. That one a tad offline to the right, but drops in for him.
Boy, he's making it look really easy right now. I expect him to continue to run the offense through him until the defense makes him change plans.
Not surprised at all. He's shooting it well and scoring points in bunches.
The Grizzlies trail by 9. Lets the three fly. Mozgov grabs the board.
You know, they've been outstanding on the boards, and it's a big reason why they've got a lead, doing the dirty work down low.
We call that a collabo because everybody's boxing out and making sure they secure the glass.
Outside jumper. The drive by
And you can hear the disappointment in the crowd tonight, but we saw a team that was just ready to do battle in this arena. They clearly wanted this road win.
Crystal clearly. They came in here determined to steal this game, Greg. Their effort level, I thought, was outstanding, and they just took care of business.
Didn't take their time in wrapping this game up. They came out with a sense of urgency.
Nice ending spurt to polish it off. Once they had them on the ropes, they started throwing haymakers at them.
The whole knockout blow.
So Memphis going with almost an entire new group here. Brandon Wright's checked in for Gasol. Barnes comes in for Zach Randolph. Vince Carter, he's checked in for Jeff Green. And it's Udrich in for Mike Conley. A big group substitution here for Cleveland. Anderson Varejau's checked in for Mozgov. Jefferson comes in for Kevin Love. Matthew Dellavedova has checked in for Shumpert. And Mo Williams subbed in for Kyrie Irving. And it's Barnes slamming it down.
Solid work on the back end of that play.
Yeah, finished hard with two hands on the stuff.
Yeah, nothing extravagant, guys, but again, no need on that one.
Shots good by Williams.
Another gap in the defense found there, and they've really had their number today.
Wright with a screen on Jefferson. Carter drives in. The shot is off. Good D by James. Outside Williams. The three. And Wright pulls it down. Here's Allen. Gets it to fall. So we see the Cavaliers taking the win here. A solid win on the road for them. This building was dead silent by the time, GA, this one wound down.
And that's what you want to do. Take the crowd out of it by crunch time. Don't give them any chance to lift their team up at the finish.
And now we'll send it down to Doris Burke, who's standing by courtside.
LeBron, no player has to endure the kind of scrutiny and pressure that you do on a nightly basis. How do you stand and deliver the kind of performance you did tonight?
I just wanted to try to lead my team the best way I could. Whatever I needed to do out on the floor, I tried to be there for them tonight. And, I'm glad we was able to get this win.
Thank you, LeBron. Kevin, this guy is extraordinary.
Thank you, Doris. Great interview once again. And that'll do it, folks. For Greg Anthony, Clark Kellogg, and Doris Burke, this is Kevin Harlan. Thanks for watching the NBA, presented by 2K Sports. And coming up next, the postgame show with Ernie Johnson, Shaq, and Kenny the Jet.
The 2K Sports postgame show.
Hey y'all, Ernie Johnson here along with Kenny Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. Welcome back for the presentation of our Jordan Player of the Game, LeBron James. No matter what they threw at him during the second half, it seemed like he had the answer and was able to find all the shots he wanted. What'd you notice about his performance, Kenny?
He was up to every single challenge he faced tonight. He was in such control of the ball game. His showcase of his skill set was awesome.
We all know, anytime you got LeBron James on the floor, he's going to bring that will to win. He has so many tools in his arsenal he can throw at you, not to mention his defense. Literally, any night he can take over a game. Tonight we saw King James exert his will on the game.
And that'll do it for our broadcast tonight. Hope you enjoyed the show. For me and Kenny Smith, Shaquille O'Neal, and Kevin Harlan, and the entire 2K Sports crew. Have a wonderful evening.